Fighting with the swords, gone. Playing with the brain, on. Let's play Giraffe Chess Hat-Trick League Season 3.
If you thought classical chess was intense, buckle up because giraffe chess is a whole different jungle. With a powerful long-range giraffe leaping across the board and wild tactical traps around every corner. So this season we got 10 prototype teams who are fighting over each other to become a hat-trick hero master. So this India's first 68 square giraffe chess. This is a live telecast from Prototype where there will be no draws, no resign, only win or lose in just 70 moves. Let us watch the match 28 from this league between Prototype Chutas and Prototype Marshals. Each team consists of 3 players. Whoever team all out opponent team members will be the match winner. Let us see the toss.
Now, what you select? Head or tail? Head is a call from Prudutur Chirtas. It is the tail. Prudutur Marshals won the toss and what you elect, white side or black side?
And in toss, Prototype Marshals won the toss and opted for the black side. And here is the team lineup from Prototype Chutas. Opener will be Suraj, and then comes Jigneshwar, and then at the last comes Revnath. Well, on the opponent side, Prototype Marshals, the opener is Surya, the second one will be Darnish, and then come the Sai Charan at the last. So today we got a very heavyweight clash between Suraj, the fearless attacker with the white pieces, versus the Surya on the black, the calm and calculated tactician playing black. Both players are known for the sharp calculations and bold sacrifices, and in the giraffe chase, that means a firework from a very first move. So let us move to the board. We got 8 times hat-trick hero and a best scholar awardee, Suraj Kumar, the opener of Prototype Churtas. And on the other side, we got a Best Scholar awardee Jaya Surya from Prototype Marshals as an opener. Now we see both players are on the board, and Surya from Prototype Marshal is ready to hit the clock. And Surya is going to hit the clock, and yeah, he hits the clock. But Suraj opens with the pawn to d4, knight to c6 from Surya, again the pawn to e3, knight to f6 from Surya, again pawn to c4 from Suraj, pawn to e6 from Surya, and knight to f3 from Surya, and pawn to d5 at again knight to c3 from Suraj, and it's only move 4 and already to feel the warm zone. Well, pawn take pawns again, and Surya snatches the pawn. That's greedy, that's risky. That's Surya's saying, catch me if you can. Well, again Surya's from the bishop to c6, and knight to c4, bishop comes to c4, catching at king side from the Suraj. Well, it's now Surya's turn. He's thinking, oh, knight to g6, knight swings around to the king side. Surya is already eyeing aggression. Well, pawn to b3 from Suraj. Might suppose the bishop, quite but deadly move. Surya brings his knight to g4. Knight leaps forward, invading white's camp. Pawn to h3. Knight comes back, knight retreats, but mark my word, it will return again. The jungle wakes up. This is the Surya saying, I'm not afraid of you. But still, the match is going wildly while Surya is leading the game. He takes his bishop in front, calm in a long diagonal way. Surya takes his knight at the b5, queen under fire. That's aggressive. Surya knows that, and he takes back his queen smoothly. And again, this is what the ice is made right now. Bishop come at the a3 from Surya's side, weakening black's defense. Queen again retreats. Surya says no. King returns. Again, smart defense by Surya. Bishop comes back. Surya goes like teasing and testing, waiting for the bite that Surya might fail for. Surya brings his bishop to e7. Repeated moves. This is calm before the big storm, I guess. Rook in the power. Rook left. White aims straight down to the b5. Well, here comes the pawn from Surya at the h5. Again, Surya's a3 pawn. Knight comes back from the Surya. You can feel it. Something big is coming from Surya's side. Well, queen in the game from Suraj at the c2. Who Surya is thinking a lot about these moves, that the queen is in the game from the Surya's side. What will he do? Will he bring? Yes, he brings his knight at the g5. Surya is thinking a lot. Surya takes his knight, but Surya's bishop takes his knight. Well, that's very aggressive capture from both the sides we have seen. Later on, Surya passes his pawn to the 4. Yeah. Surya bring his bishop to d3. White calmly builds patience in the chaos. Well, Surya brings his pawn to the g5. Black lashes the pawn strong. Well, again the pawn is in action, d5. Well, here Surya takes the pawn from at d5 from the Suraj. And here what we see is the bishop is taking the rook rudely. White bishop takes the rook at h8. What a move by Suraj here. He takes the... And there's a lot of tension between both the players. Well, Surya brings his king to the d7. The king steps in out of the reach from the Surya. Well, Surya takes his bishop and right bring it back to the realm of b2. Now it's a long range killer, by the way. Pawn has been taken from the Surya. Again, Surya's fight back with the pawn at the f4. Well, bishop is in the play. Bishop takes the pawn at the f4 from the Surya. Suraj again places his rook in the and take the bishop from the Surya at the f4, while queen is in the game. Queen comes to the g5. Surya plays his queen. Queen jumps a 5. Surya is swinging wildly now. Surya bring his rook to the f1. Calmly retreats, sitting the trap. I guess he's planning something big on Surya. Well, Surya's king knows that, and he hides again, but it's too far, but not too late. Bishop at the f5. He launches at the queen, attack with the tempo and planning something big, setting the trap for the king. But Surya knows that he brings down his bishop with the bishop. Again, Surya takes aggressively by the rook on the bishops of Surya. Well, knight takes the pawn, fork check. Beautifully check from the Surya's side. It's the check for the king at the black. But Surya is not going to play it easy. He kills it, bring. Knight takes the rook, and again giraffe is in the play by the Surya. Surya brings his giraffe and taking the knight from the Surya. Rook gains down to the pawn. Surya takes down the pawn by the rook, and king is again shivering. He just brought his king to the e6, like he always been trying to hide the king. But sooner or later, I think Surya's game will take on by looking at the board right now, as he is setting something big. Like he has set up all the rooks and the queen and the bishop in the way that king will have to lose. Again he bring his rook to the f5. King is in danger. What will be Surya is thinking right now. Is he planning to move? He only has again knight and the bishop in the line of a king. Will it bring them in the game, or will it bring giraffe in the game again? What will be he doing? Is it king? Is it queen? Is it knight? Is it bishop? What will be the move by the Surya? He's thinking a lot. The clock is ticking faster. and the game is about to end, I guess, and he brings his knight back with that queen e4, and it's not only check but it's checkmate for the black king. What an absolute thriller from the start to the finish. Sturridge stormed the board with a fearless aggression, snatching material, controlling every line, and sealing the game with a picture. Perfect queen checkmate. Surya fought violently, but this match was a showcase of a pure calculation, creativity, and chaos, proving once again why giraffe chess is the most exciting battleground in the game. If you enjoyed this masterpiece, stay tuned for the more electrifying battle because the hunt has only